Does the amount of time taken to get to school affect the amount of sleep Year 7 students get? A statistical investigation. Data was sourced from the relevant 2014 census at school data. I constructed a range of data displays to help answer my question. This included frequency tables. Frequency tables are great for grouping data and looking at reoccurring figures, but will not help much with my question. I created a stem and leaf plot comparing the time taken to get to school and the hours of sleep. Stem and leaf plots are great for comparing results when using the same measurement because you can have two variables back to back. I was comparing minutes with hours, so it did not work as well. I created a double column graph. This was the most appropriate graph for my question. The double column graph looked at each individual student in the sample, comparing the time they took to get to school with the hours of sleep they had. This was the best graph to help analyse the results for my question. I created two pie graphs, one representing students who got 6 hours sleep and one representing students who got 9 hours sleep. I then compared the results of the time it took all of those students to get to school. Conclusions should not be made from the pie graphs as the sample size was not large enough to be representative of the population. I created a dot plot. The x-axis, the line along the bottom, represents the hours of sleep students get, and the y-axis, the vertical line on the left, represents the time it takes to get to school in minutes. An ascending line in the dot plot indicates the overall. As the time taken to travel to school increased, students' hours of sleep also increased. This may help me answer my question. I calculated the mean, median, and mode for both sets of data. The time taken to get to school had a much larger range than the hours of sleep. This could be due to a few reasons. These data displays helped me to be able to make comparisons, detect patterns, spot frequently occurring numbers, and draw conclusions. The dot plot and the double column graph were the most appropriate data displays to help me answer my question. Both graphs indicate that as the time taken to get to school increased, students' hours of sleep also increased. However, small values and large values had an impact on the results. Another sample should be done with a larger sample size, removal of possible outliers, and a more accurate recording of sleep, not rounded to the nearest whole number. For these reasons, it was hard to draw sound conclusions, making the investigation inconclusive.
Created using Powtoon.